Have you ever wondered what could be so terrifying about a mere child's plaything? Let's pull back the curtain on a tale as unsettling as it is intriguing. The story of a cursed doll in room 13 of an old, long-forgotten hotel. In the world of the ordinary, a doll is but an object of joy and innocence. But this doll, it's far from it. It's an object that has been the subject of whispers and rumors, tales of dread and horror, for as long as the locals can remember. They say that this doll, abandoned in the desolate room 13, is cursed, that it possesses an eerie malevolence, a sinister force that defies explanation. Its lifeless eyes have seen the comings and goings of many, and it is said to exert a chilling influence on those unfortunate enough to cross its path. But what could have possibly cursed a simple doll to be such an object of dread? To understand the terror, we must delve into the eerie past of room 13. The history of room 13 begins with a grand but long-forgotten hotel, a place that once bustled with life. But as the years wore on, the hotel's popularity waned, and it fell into disrepair. Yet, within its decaying walls, room 13 remained, untouched and shrouded in mystery. The first instance of the doll's appearance dates back to the early 20th century. A seemingly innocent plaything, it was left behind by a guest who never returned. But the doll was far from ordinary. Its glassy eyes had a disconcerting way of following people around the room, and its smile, once charming, soon took on an unsettling quality. As the doll sat in room 13, strange occurrences began. Guests reported inexplicable chills, flickering lights, and eerie whispers in the dead of night. Items would move on their own, doors would open and close, and some swore they saw the doll change positions. The room, once a place of rest, became a source of unease and fear. The most chilling episode, however, came in the form of a series of unfortunate events. Guests who stayed in room 13 began to experience streaks of terrible luck. Accidents, illnesses, and misfortunes followed them long after they left the hotel. The common thread among these victims, they all reported a sense of dread, a feeling of being watched, and an inexplicable connection to the doll. As these incidents piled up, the hotel staff could no longer ignore the unnerving connection between the doll and the disturbing events. Whispered rumors turned into spoken fears, and the doll was deemed cursed. Room 13 was permanently closed off, its only occupant the doll with its ever-watchful eyes and deceptively sweet smile. And thus, the doll in room 13 earned its reputation as cursed. Over the years, many have dared to step into room 13, ignorant of the terror that awaits them. Let me take you through the chilling tales of some of these unfortunate souls. The first, a weary traveler, seeking shelter for the night, found himself drawn to the doll's innocent facade. But as darkness fell, he was tormented by an eerie lullaby that seemed to echo from the doll, chilling him to his very core. He fled at dawn, leaving behind everything but his sanity. Then, there was a young couple, hoping for a romantic getaway. Instead, they found themselves in a nightmare. Each night, they would wake to find the doll in a different position, its glassy eyes seeming to follow them around the room. After a week of sleepless nights, they left, vowing never to return. A group of thrill-seeking friends, intrigued by the rumors, decided to spend a night in room 13. They laughed off the stories until the doll's eyes began to glow in the dark, and an icy wind swept through the room. They left in a hurry, their laughter replaced by terror. An old woman, a medium, entered room 13 to cleanse it. She emerged hours later, pale and shaken. She spoke of a terrible presence, a malevolent spirit bound to the doll, before she disappeared, never to be seen again. And finally, a brave historian, hoping to unravel the mystery of room 13. He spent countless nights studying the doll, recording strange occurrences, whispered voices, cold spots, and unexplained movements. But the more he discovered, the more his health deteriorated. He left one day, leaving behind his research and the doll, still sitting in room 13. Each of these stories, though different, share a common thread of fear and inexplicable events. These people entered room 13 as skeptics and left as believers, their lives forever marked by their encounter with the cursed doll. Yet, despite the horrifying experiences, the mystery of the doll's curse remained unsolved. But how does a lifeless doll exert such a sinister influence? This is the question that has perplexed many, a question that plunges us deeper into the chilling mystery of Room 13. The doll, with its glassy eyes and unchanging expression, seems an unlikely source of terror. Yet, those who have dared to cross its path tell tales of a force that is deeply unsettling. It's as if the doll harbors a life of its own, a malevolent spirit that radiates an eerie aura, casting a long dark shadow over the room. Accounts of the doll's influence are as numerous as they are chilling. There are tales of objects moving on their own accord, doors slamming shut, and an inexplicable chill in the air. Even the most skeptical of minds have reported feeling an unsettling presence, a feeling of being watched, of being unwelcome. And then there are the voices, soft whispers that float through the air, growing louder as night falls. They echo through the room, a chorus of hushed tones that seem to emanate from the doll itself. Some claim to have heard their names being called, others desperate pleas for help. But when they turn, they find nothing but the silent, lifeless doll, staring back at them with its vacant eyes. The doll's influence reaches beyond mere physical disturbances. Those who have spent time in its presence speak of a change within themselves, a sense of dread that lingers long after they've left the room, nightmares that haunt their sleep, and a fear that gnaws at their sanity. Yes, the doll's power is not just of the physical realm, but it seeps into the psyche, shaking the very foundations of one's beliefs, leaving an indelible mark on the soul. The doll's inexplicable influence challenges our understanding of the world, of what is possible, and what lies beyond the realm of our comprehension. It forces us to question, to ponder, and to fear. The cursed doll seems to hold power beyond our comprehension. Its influence is a mystery that remains unsolved, a puzzle that continues to baffle, and a story that chills us to our very core. But what is the horrifying truth behind the doll's malevolence? Let us pull back the veil of mystery and delve into the shocking reality of its origin and curse. In the heart of the forgotten hotel, Room 13 has been the doll's home for decades. Its piercing glass eyes have witnessed the passage of time, the comings and goings of countless guests, and the unfolding of strange, inexplicable events. But the doll wasn't always a harbinger of doom. Once, it was just a simple plaything, a cherished childhood companion. That is, until a fateful night that would forever change its destiny. The doll belonged to a young girl named Amelia, the daughter of the hotel's original owners. Amelia was a curious, lively child with a penchant for mischief. She loved her doll dearly, but her fascination with the occult led her down a dangerous path. One stormy night, she attempted a forbidden ritual, seeking to infuse her doll with the spirit of her deceased mother. However, something went horribly wrong. Instead of her mother's spirit, the doll became a vessel for a malevolent entity. From that night onwards, the doll was no longer a source of comfort, but a symbol of terror. It began exerting a sinister influence on the hotel's inhabitants, causing strange occurrences and even driving some to madness. The malevolent spirit within the doll seemed to feed off fear and chaos, growing stronger with each passing day. Amelia, filled with remorse for what she had unleashed, locked the doll in Room 13, hoping to contain the evil within. But even after Amelia's demise, the doll's curse lived on, casting a dark shadow over Room 13, forever marking it as a place of fear and despair. And so, the truth of the cursed doll in Room 13 is a chilling tale of a child's innocent curiosity gone awry, a forbidden ritual, and a malevolent spirit trapped within a doll, forever cursed to wreak havoc upon those who dare to enter its domain. The truth, as they say, is often stranger and more terrifying than fiction. Finally, we arrive at the climax of our tale, a moment that will chill you to your core. As the moon hangs high, casting eerie shadows, the cursed doll stirs. There's a palpable sense of dread as the doll's glassy eyes flicker with a malevolent glow. Suddenly, the room plunges into darkness. The silence is deafening, save for the chilling echo of a child's laughter. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierces the stillness, followed by an unnerving silence. As the lights flicker back, The doll sits innocently in its place, its eyes empty once again, but the chilling aftermath is a chilling testament to its sinister influence. The room is in disarray, a chilling tableau of the doll's terrifying power. The final victim lies motionless, their face twisted in a mask of pure terror. And so, the cursed doll in room 13 continues to cast its sinister shadow, its chilling tale forever echoing in the silence of the night.